Pretty weird.
T3 Media.
We got your mail. We're gonna go over the stories about these crazy ass neighbors.
Hello.
What's going on, Amy?
What?
I said, what's going on, Amy? How you? What's
not
up?
Too much. Excited to be back.
Amy may not, if she's not in front of the camera that much, she's always the woman behind the curtain pulling the strings, the mastermind of the whole show. So you just recently moved. Have you ever dealt with like crazy neighbors or anything like that? Or are you the crazy neighbor?
Isn't that all just
like
subjective?
If you
right?
can't find the crazy neighbor, you're the crazy neighbor.
If you ask me, I have one answer, and if you ask the person on the other side, they would have their own answer. So that's my very diplomatic response, just in case she watches the show. So.
I've never had like a crazy neighbor per se. I found out a year or two after the house that I built that there was because there was a homeowners association, and there was a person always hovering around all the neighbors, checking to see if they were following the guidelines and stuff like that. My neighbor across the street would even talk about this person. Like, sometimes there's people out there who are checking and stuff, and every time there was a violation, I would get a note and stuff. And then later I found out that my across the street neighbor was the guy.
So it was like a mystery to the neighborhood of like who was.
Well, at least he was doing that to me. At least he would talk to me like almost every day, and I had to find out on my own. He was the one who narked me out because I left my trash cans out. Guys, I could tell you some crazy neighbor stories, but we're gonna get into a couple of them and give our quick little reactions to a few of these.
We got so I got an air horn to deal with the demon lady. So with the warm weather rolling in, I decided to get an air horn to deal with her. As once it's warm, she goes outside for hours to scream and speak gibberish. So when she's outside doing that, I'm going to use the horn every single time. This is going to be good, as I just tested it. Not even a second, and it was loud. Haha, I shall make updates if anything happens.
I hate people who does that. Purposely will get that loud horn and put it in their car, whatever it is, to just purposely do that, like on the road. I can't stand it. That kind of.
Like, maybe you want to like touch base with someone, because that sounds like potentially a mental health issue, and
yeah,
we could be making the problem worse. Because I've had issues where I've been the too loud neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's like, let me know there's a problem, because so often I do think people just like, we're all the fucking protagonist of our own story. We're all the main character in our own head. So I think a lot of times it's like, give people a chance to remember, like, oh right, there's other people here.
There's other people in the world besides, the universe doesn't just revolve around me anymore.
But people do forget that, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're like malicious or bad.
Well, in my story,
that's my 2 cents.
So I had an old man neighbor who absolutely loved my dog, speaking about dogs, but would not acknowledge my existence. Anytime I took my dog out on a leash and we ran into him, he would be on his knees petting and talking to the dog. The first dozen or so times we ran into this guy, I tried to make polite small talk. Oh, wow, he loves you. He says his name, by the way. Let's call him Greg. I'm Greg, by the way. And he just flatly ignored me. In probably over 100 interactions, he never once spoke to me or looked at me. For a while, I assumed he was deaf or hard of hearing and a bit socially awkward. But then I happened to walk outside one day while my partner was taking the dog out and saw my partner and the neighbor having a perfectly friendly chat. I walked up to join them. My partner greeted me and the neighbor ignored me exactly as usual. The whole thing was as awkward as could be, but at least the dude was nice to my dog. Yeah. What is your bleeping problem? You have a problem with you seem to have no problem with my dog and my spouse. Is there something chemically that is making you, like, is there a pheromone that I've got that's just pissing you off, or did I hurt you in a past life, or or are you in love with me or something? You just don't know how to handle it. What's up?
I think I just ignore him.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like, all right, come on, and like get my dog out of there. That's just bizarre.
Just take another route, I guess, when you're walking, because to acknowledge a human being, a dog, and totally ignore the people that are involved in that household. One person.
It would bother me so much. That's so bizarre.
You think that's the master plan? I know it's killing him. I know. I'm nice to everybody, but this one guy is pissing him off. I think it's a master plan.
My dad had a neighbor that played his radio loudly all day, even when he wasn't home or was gone on vacation. Every time he left the house and his radio was still on, my dad would go and trip the circuit breaker to his condo. One day he sees my dad, who was an electrical engineer, and asked him why his breaker kept tripping. Was it faulty wiring? No, my dad explained. The loud radio was probably just putting too much strain on the circuit because it was left on all the time. My dad suggested he should try turning it down or off when he wasn't home and see if that fixed it. So the man tried it, and surprise, the circuit breaker stopped tripping. That's from at the Feshy.
Oh,
I love that.
The pettiness of it.
That's some good, like, passive aggressive, but effective.
Okay, you're probably gonna be upset with me. I've done something similar to this. Like, not to a neighbor. My daughter here at home. I was upset about something, or she had done something, and I knew she was in the middle of playing video games or something like that, and the Wi-Fi went bloop. Something with the plug, an outlet, and something I was plugged in the master bedroom that controlled the internet. So if you unplug that, it would shut the whole. It was connected to that router, even though the router was in a different location. So all I had to do was just unplug that and be like, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I kind of love this one because it's not even like I don't know. I think it's just my like hatred of confrontation.
You want to do this.
Much. It's like, it's effective. It got the job done. The guy will never know. And it's not even like you're being like, no, you can't play. It's like, you're not home. Like, try just.
I want to know from you guys, anybody out there who's done anything similar to this one. I want some submissions of more little.
Let me. I feel like this is just like, it's the passive aggressive note. But if you're like clever.
Yeah, it's the clever passive aggressiveness for me. Let's spill the tea. Let's get into it. Stalking crazy upstairs neighbors are obsessed. This is coming in from Reddit. I've been dealing with their psycho antics for almost 2 years. They've purposely stomped and banged roll slam shut door and drawers and windows, as well as stomped in place. Mind you, we do not get along, so I know it's deliberate. They follow me from room to room. I even had my boyfriend that comes to visit every now and then tell me that the woman above my neighbor had said, she's in the bathroom, referring to me as they thought I was in the bathroom. It was really my boyfriend. They also come outside at the same time and pretend they are getting something out of their car. They leave me notes on my door day and night. I deal with this type of stalking. I've reported to the management on several occasions, not much has changed. I must move. I'm assuming this must be an apartment complex.
Yeah.
This is the kind of crap that as management in the office that I would be getting coming in about the banging in the neighborhood.
Do you think any of this is them creating the problem in their own head?
They obviously must have done to the other people's point of view. They must have done something. Because this amount of triggering,
like, they pretend to go get something from their car. It's like, or were there? I just always wonder with these if it's like maybe you're seeing that when they're just trying to live their life. I don't know.
Right.
I could be.
Well, she said she could audibly hear when her boyfriend was in the bathroom to hear them plotting or talking. Oh, she's in the bathroom now, and I guess the boyfriend heard the stomping, I guess, while in the bathroom. So that could
have even been something else. Like I just maybe.
Okay, let's play lawyer for the neighbor. I thought we were on the writer's side here. What's going?
I'm just saying. I've also been on the side of things where you like again. Right. You are the main character of your own story. You assume like all these coincidences are them like targeting you.
Yeah.
And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's all I'm.
It's what you can prove. You want to do one more? Okay.
This is from at Carmium. I had another single condo owner in my development, so we both had extra bedrooms. She was pleasant, but I was surprised when she invited me to come see her collection. Okay. We went upstairs, never a good sign. Like, just me editorializing. I feel like if someone says, do you want to come see my collection? The answer is, ooh, I got an early morning tomorrow. I can't.
My collection of bodies, erotica.
It's never a good thing. It's just never a good thing. Never's like, no one ever says, like, do you want to come see my puppy collection? Like, it's not.
Your dead puppy collection? No, I don't.
Hey, we went upstairs and she opened the door to her small extra bedroom. And it was clowns. Clown bus, clown velvet paintings, clown toys, more clown crap than I knew existed. All I could think of was the number of people who'd run screaming from this room. All I could say was, wow, that is a really impressive collection. That's all. Just had to share that one.
This is my nightmare. Because you can hear that voice in your head, that clown music or whatever. It's just I'm like, they're in my hair. I
don't even hate clowns that much, but an entire room of clown stuff, I don't know if I could do.
Just hearing Pagliacci in the background for no reason. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that was a sick burn of a joke that I just did, by the way. Come on. Okay, guys. I heard about the person that was selling their house and they had their sex room or dungeon. They put that on the for sale in the pictures of the gallery for the sale of the house. Their swing and all that stuff. Hey,
that bumps up the market value for some people.
Ever again, and I would have warned everybody in my family: do not talk to the neighbor. How would you have reacted though? I mean, really?
Probably same way. I'm just like, oh wow, that's great, and then just like booked out.
Slowly noticing the door closing by itself behind you. That's how they get you. Thank you guys for checking out this latest episode of We Got Your Mail, where we talk about the craziest neighbor stories. If you have a crazy neighbor story, or if you are that crazy neighbor, put it in the box below and let us know all about it, because I would like to do this one again. That was kind of fun.
I hope Clown Lady writes in.
Until next time, guys, you know me, you know us, you know how to find us. Put it, like I said, put it in the box below, your questions, comments, and maybe we'll talk about it on an upcoming We Got Your Mail.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. I stay turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned